All right, good morning. Welcome to the AM show, everybody. What's going on? And so we got some news that we're going to be talking about. We got some live coverage, so anything that pops up new that seems interesting, I'll be rolling out in this video. So if you got some downtime, whatever, thank you for coming in and watching the show. And so we're going to kick it off with a kind of crazy story. A crazy story regarding a young man using the social network dating site called Tinder. Now, what makes this story kind of unique, well, not unique, but what's making it kind of go viral is the fact that this young guy was looking through possible matches for someone that he might be interested in going on a date. And he finds a girl that he's really interested in. Now, on Tinder, they have, the way you use it is if you are interested in somebody, you swipe to the right, and that means you're interested. If you swipe left, that means you're not interested. And I don't know, maybe it was out of pure excitement. Maybe he liked what he saw when he read the bio, but he accidentally swiped left. So now most people would just kind of give up. Like, okay, I accidentally swiped left. That person's not gonna, be, pop up on my list again. And, so they just kind of give up, but he does the craziest thing ever. He because the people that he was searching for in his local area, I guess he decides to go ahead and look for a person with the same name, and he emails multiple women that follow in suit on the same name, and actually finds the girl that he was interested in. From some other social media sites, they're saying that they're kind of working out on, setting up for their date. But it's absolutely crazy. And that's what love does to people. Love makes people crazy. I don't want to say this guy's in love because technically, he doesn't even know the girl. That is a relatively sweet story, and it couldn't have came at a better time because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So I know that this story will probably be brought up again, and Valentine's, and maybe some site will probably do a follow-up on them on Valentine's Day to see if they're even dating or talking or anything like that. So who knows? But that's kind of a crazy story, to accidentally reject the person that you became interested in, so you end up making a fool out of yourself and emailing every female within your vicinity that has the same name just to find the one that you were really interested in. So imagine, I kind of think about it like this, like if I got some random email that somebody was looking for someone that had the same name as me or could have possibly have been me, like how would I respond to that? And yeah, I gotta say, that kid's got guts. But then again, when I kind of think about how things was 25 years ago or so, or even 30 years ago, or even less than that, maybe like I said, let's call it even 18, 19 years ago, people would do crazy things like that. So, hey, more power to them. Hopefully everything goes out great with with his date and everything, and hopefully that makes them that sets up for a good love story, because love stories that start off like that tend to be good. But anyways, so what does that mean for Tinder? Well, how on Gmail or even on Inbox, when you swipe something away, it has a thing to undo. I think Tinder should take this opportunity to incorporate that into your date selections. And that would avoid things. So if this guy had swiped to the left, it would give him a good 10-second delay, with the little button that says undo. And he can tap that, and that person's profile will pop back up. So Tinder, include that as a fail-safe, because sometimes people are accidentally deleting people that they are interested in, and some people won't go the lengths that this young man did to find that person that interests them. So Tinder, shout out to Tinder. Moving on to the next story. Basically, we're going to be talking about Google Plus. As you guys know, I've been using Google Plus and stayed away from Facebook. Now, initially, I was going to delete my Facebook page, and I haven't done that yet. I do believe that Facebook emailed me all the all the photos I posted and like important things that I posted to Facebook has all been a link has been sent to me to download this massive file, so I can take that and do as I please with it. And if I wanted to shut down Facebook right now, I definitely can, because everything that's important to me has been saved and backed up. So yeah, I started using Google Plus years ago, and Google Plus has been one of those things where it's just been like a yay and then blah. And it's not so much that there's anything wrong with Google Plus. It's just the fact that just like anything in life, if you don't have people that are around you using a product or something like that, it makes it hard for you to use and enjoy the product. It's almost as if the social media stuff that you want to use is kind of governed by those people that's within your circle in your life. I kind of took a step in a different direction though. I decided, between Google Plus and Facebook, they do the same thing, exactly the same thing, but both have very different personalities. While Google Plus tends to be a place for people that have some sort of unique hobby, interest, or geeks that can geek out on things, Facebook has more of just more of the entertainment aspect to it, and it's become very, in my opinion, it's become very overplayed and just not a place that someone my age feels comfortable being on. And that's really what it all was about. It was just someone of my age and my comfortability being on there. I know that Facebook is for people of many different ages, but it caters to young adults and teens. Things like, find out what Disney character you are, find out how much of, butthole you are, or, it has all these weird little survey things that's supposed to determine what you are. And people find those fun to take and, to laugh and share with friends. And then, there's so much stuff, Facebook drama, and, there's always some sort of dramatic news, things, to go viral to kind of take our attention away from things that actually matter in life. And so, for me, I'm 35 years old, and, I just kind of feel weird being on Facebook. I mean, you don't see a lot of active, older, mature adults on Facebook too much, unless they're like some sort of public figure, or they are, very young in the heart, I guess you could say. Yes, this cough will not go away. I don't know. Some people have been pointing that out. Like, you've been coughing a lot. Yeah, it won't go away. Probably one of the best drinks you could ever get, by the way. So, with that being said, I feel more comfortable using Google Plus, for things that I'm interested in. Like, I follow things that have to do with astronomy. I follow things that, have to do with art, photography, and above all, tech and mobile technology, and just pure geeky fun. And I just find it more comfortable to use on Google Plus. I find, being able to, connect with different various tech blogging sites or anything like that, as well as other people that are influenced by mobile technology, and read their posts and their updates and what they share about phones that they're using, phones they're interested in, topics that are going viral in the tech world. Like, Google Plus has been that for me. And so that's actually great. Now, some of the things that, I wish that Google would pay attention to, because it, for the longest time, Google's just been keeping Google Plus as is. I think it maybe had like one major UI change in like so many years, and that was it, really. Everything else has just been like, performance updates, bug fixes, performance updates. We need new features to Google Plus, and I keep saying this over and over again in hopes that eventually one day this will actually happen, because Google Plus could be so much more. And I'm not trying to say that it has to be exactly like Facebook, but there are some things that Facebook offers that people on Google Plus would like. Like, I'm sure there's those people that use Google Plus that would love the opportunity to be able to live broadcast, something that I've been saying Google Plus needed for the longest time. The live broadcast to Google Plus, you can go to an event. You can go to Google I/O and you can share your experience. I mean, I know that we have YouTube and YouTube Live, but they have separated YouTube from Google Plus. Before, when they united them, where you needed a Google Plus profile to have a YouTube channel, I mean, to me, I thought that was fine. I thought that was totally cool because it lowered down the amount of people creating fake profiles to troll people. Those kind of died down a little bit. I mean, you still had your trolls. You still had people that, found a loophole. But majority of them just thought it was a waste of time to having to create a whole new Google Plus account just to make a whole new troll account just to troll people on YouTube. So that was one of the benefits of that. The other benefit was that if YouTube and Google Plus was still interlinked together, like how they were, the live stream from YouTube would then be, it would be on Google Plus. But it's not. It's separate. Like what I'm asking for in Google Plus is a feature live, within the app to actually do it, to actually launch a live broadcast. And I think this could do some good, and it's much needed in Google Plus as they implemented it to Facebook, because there are people out there that have some really good profile pages on Google Plus that would probably live stream and would make things like connecting with their fan base a lot more easier than having to have a YouTube channel. Plus, on top of that, YouTube, because of all the ads and stuff like that, which we're going to get into here in a little bit, there's too much rules and regulations where I feel like on Google Plus, unless you have the ability to monetize videos on Google Plus and live streams, then I can see it changing for a little bit different. But just a live broadcast, a concert, an event, we would really love those things on Google Plus. We really would. And I can't stress enough. I mean, I've been saying this for years. This is the same thing that I said about Snapchat. Like, one thing that Snapchat can do to really help, because all other social media sites are kind of stealing things from Snapchat, like the story modes, the disappearing picture modes. There's all these things that Snapchat has. And its biggest competitor, Instagram, and what Instagram's doing, even though they're two different worlds apart. One is, for, photo sharing that, deletes after you see it. The other one's photo sharing as more of like a portfolio of photos based on you as an individual person, the interests that you have. But still, there are similar ways, because one thing they deal with is media, and media to people has grown since. So on Instagram, you can live stream, you can do these stories and whatnot. And on Snapchat, you can't. And I was saying, Snapchat really would benefit from this if they actually allowed live broadcasting from Snapchat, being able to live broadcast to your Snapchat followers. Hey, that would be really cool. And who knows, maybe Snapchat is working on it behind the dark, and it just kind of they're waiting to bide their time to when they can drop this feature, and it would actually, be a little viral. And I'm saying the same thing for Google Plus. Today, people want to share what they're doing in life in real time. That's why live broadcasting became such a huge thing, especially when YouTube did it and brought the live streaming to YouTube for content creators was a real big thing, because people want to interact in real time, being live and being able to see what's going on and not have to see it as a pre-produced type video. So Google Plus making an effort to include this in would do some good. Is it something that's going to be absolutely groundbreaking or anything like that? Possibly not. Like I said, we don't know the inner workings of what they do with social media apps and whatnot, and what types of features that they install in. I don't know if the reason that they don't have a live streaming feature on Google Plus is because the cost of money that it would take from them to have a server house the replay video for people to see after the live stream is done. I'm not sure, but they have YouTube for that, and Google owns YouTube, so then they can actually utilize what YouTube is using. You guys get the gist of it. Basically, Google Plus, someday, please bring live streaming to your app, because that's one thing I like to do. I mean, you have communities on Google Plus, in those communities, have people that follow it because they have the same interests as you. And it would be great that if you, who's a community owner, be able to live broadcast to your followers in your community. That's all I'm saying, is that they need to bring this feature to Google+. It's long awaited. It needs to happen. So let's go to the next thing. We're going to talk about Google Allo and just the strides that Google Allo has made. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people thought that people were going to shut down and completely just write off Allo. They were upset. They were like, yeah, it's another Google messaging app, chat application or whatever. And people were just going to be like, this is another thing. But Allo has made strides and is doing quite well. Even though Hangouts is still another viable option if you're going to be chatting with people. But I know Hangouts is more of like business-like. Allo kind of keeps it, a little hip, but not overly done. So, me being the person I am, I don't feel like that Allo is not made for someone like me. It works out fine. It's funny. It's got stickers and things like that, so it just works out fine. Because today most people like to use IM and stuff like that over SMS, but SMS is still being used. I honestly feel like now is the time to merge Android messages and Allo together and just do away with it. Because you have Duo for video calling, and then you have Allo. Now I know that these are separate apps and people want them all put together. I don't think that Duo and Allo should be put together, because I fear that once that happens, then people are going to complain about them being one app and whatever. Yeah, let's keep them split. But still, you don't, even right now, you really don't need Duo to be built into Allo, because you can access Duo from Allo automatically. With your contacts, it shows you the little Duo icon next to their name. If they have Duo, and you can video call them, just pop it in, video call. So Duo has actually been doing very well. And I believe that there's a lot of talks about Duo basically going to start enabling new things, like group video calling is one of the things that I'm very interested in, because I have family members who have Duo right now. They've downloaded it because I've basically told them that for video calling, Duo does better than Hangouts ever did. And so a lot of my family members have Duo. So you can video call and talk. Now, the best part is that you can group video call, because I have families spread out. We could all actually get together on a conversation and video call. But my family's not really like that. But I really wish that we could be like that and all call each other on the weekends and just have a conversation for like 1 hour and just see how everyone's doing. But yeah, so Allo doing very well. I think it's time to implement SMS into it and just get rid of Android messages already as a whole. Hangouts, they don't need to get rid of it, because it's been moved to be enterprise as they wanted it to. And so from there, I feel like that, Hangouts can remain and just do its thing as it's always been doing. I think their other app, I think it's Meets, for like the Hangouts meetings or whatever, they should just kill that, because Hangouts already has video group chatting, and just implement that into Hangouts and let it be. Allo, I honestly feel like, you can find them on phones. I honestly feel like if you download it, it should automatically take the place of Android messages. So just like here's the idea of it, right? So like you get an Android phone, it has Android messages as the default text messaging app. If you want Allo and you download Allo, Allo replaces Android messages and has SMS built into it, along with the ability to launch a video call in Duo. But if you don't want to use Allo, don't download it. And then Android messages is the default SMS app, unless you download a different SMS application, and that will become your default SMS. That's the way that I would do it. All right, so going a little bit more further, most people are being a little bit, adamant about their annoyance that Honor is not going to bring Oreo to the Honor 8. However, the Honor 8 Lite and the Honor 8 Pro are set to receive the update. Now, I own an Honor 8. That's actually what I'm using to make this video with. And to me, it's not a huge deal, but I do get where people are coming from on it. Like, you don't want to take a series line and update majority of its, its products, leaving out the original and the main one of that signature series. So like, having the other two types of Honor 8s get the Oreo update, but the original Honor 8, that one to be not getting it. I mean, it's just, it is absolutely crazy. I think Honor should reevaluate the situation and just kind of make this happen. I mean, it's a possibility. Now, do I absolutely need Oreo on my Honor 8? No, because I'm sure there's going to be, mid-range budget devices that's going to launch with 8.0 Oreo and higher. As nowadays, for mid-range and budget devices on prepaid, they don't have to wait long to have the latest version of Android. Like back in the day, you did. So like if like Ice Cream Sandwich was the newest thing out, most budget prepaid devices was on Froyo and Gingerbread. They didn't see Ice Cream Sandwich until Jelly Bean came out. But like Android and the way it's been going, it's been a little bit different. So even budget devices can launch with the latest version of Android. That's all I'm really actually saying on that. So we don't really have to wait so long for the latest version of Android. So anyways, quick break and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Well, for you guys, you guys will probably not even notice that I left because that was just like a pause and then continue. But yeah, I had to step aside real quick. And yeah, so budget devices basically. And so we're gonna move to the next topic right now, which I put out a couple of videos about this topic, and I was just conveying how I felt about people really kind of jumping the gun and what they expected out of a budget device, not even considering how much that device would be, and just kind of re-elaborating all over it again, because some people just don't seem to understand. Wishful thinking. Do we want more internal storage in a budget device? Sure, even I do. I would want, like the X-Charge to have had 64 gigabytes of internal storage rather than 16. But that's me wishful thinking. Realistically, I know for this device to be $150 or less, they had to maintain it at a 16 gigabyte internal storage rather than 64 or 32. So I know the differences between the two. When I make a video based on, topics like that, and I say like, how we need to think realistically, it's not to say that I'm okay with 16 gigabytes of internal storage, or if I'm okay with just 2 gigabytes of RAM. Like, no, literally, I would want a budget phone priced at $100 that had 1 terabyte of internal storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM. I would love to have something like that at a price. Yeah, but that's not going to happen, because if I wanted something of that type of specs, then you're looking at paying $600, $700, $800 for a phone, almost $1,000, even more probably. And so that's what I mean by you have to think realistically. Like I know everyone's like 32 gigs should be with budget devices. Well, excuse me, and 3 gigabytes should be with budget devices. And I see where people's going with that, because they want more. They want better specs on the phone. Thing is that to make a device stay within that realm of being considered budget, going that route would actually increase it, and it would technically be a budget device. I mean, people will point out the OnePlus 5, or just phones from OnePlus are budget devices that have near flagship specs. But there's a difference between a OnePlus device and then mid-range devices and budget devices, okay? The difference is that OnePlus is going after flagships. So it's building hardware that has specifications almost similar to flagship phones at a lower price. So OnePlus is not really a budget device, it's a budget flagship. There's a difference. Whereas budget devices like the X series from LG, the J series from Samsung, those devices are budget devices because they have no intention in competing with flagship devices. That's not why they were, ever thought up to do. And so that's the difference with them. Okay. So another tech-related news, They basically released some sort of article talking about the negative effects that vaping has for the youth. First of all, I have to say that if someone's under 18, they should not be allowed to vape. I'm sorry. I know there's minors who do it and they say they vape at 0 nicotines, but we really can't see the bottle that they're using. I mean, if they're saying that they're vaping Jam Monster, they are not vaping 0 milligrams. But they should not be vaping at all. As now they're trying to push this new idea that while vaping, was supposed to be safer than traditional cigarettes to get nicotine, that it's having a reverse effect on the youth, and that minors are starting to vape, and then vaping is becoming a gateway for them to picking up cigarettes and smoking. And I have to say, yeah, I can see that being possible. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to say, oh, they're just making a big thing of it. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? However, I do see it hard for anyone wanting to switch from vaping back to cigarettes, as vaping has all these really awesome flavors that taste very delicious. To switch to a cancer stick that, has absolutely no flavor, that's like going from a Bugatti, driving a Bugatti and then deciding to trade it in for a 1991 Honda Accord. That's the analogy I use for it. But anyhow, so should people under the age of 18 vape? Some parents will say, like, look, they caught their kids trying cigarettes. They caught them, smoking. They had a pack of cigarettes in the drawer in their room, hidden behind some old socks or something. And so the parents like, okay, my child's interested in smoking. What's the next best thing to do? I'll just get them a vaping kit. They can vape 0 milligrams of nicotine, but they still get the same effect as if they're smoking a cigarette, because they get that they can see the vape when they exhale, whatever. And some people find that to be kind of crazy, but it's not, because it's been proven fact there are several different types of smokers, right? There's, the hardcore, fully addicted, 3 packs a day smoker. There's the social smoker who only lights up a cigarette and smokes when they're in big groups and they're constantly talking, and then they have a cigarette while they're communicating, talking, whatever. And, there's visual smokers, people who smoke cigarettes and they love seeing the smoke when they exhale, and that's what they're addicted to. And so really it's not so much of, it's not only just about them getting nicotine. Let me just rephrase that. It's not only about them getting nicotine, but it's also seeing the smoke exhale. And kids who smoke, they see it in movies, they see it, through adults that do smoke, and they see them blowing out smoke, and they think it makes them look cool. So they go and they pick up a pack of cigarettes and they go smoke. If you got your kid a vape kit with 0 milligrams of nicotine, they can get the same type of look that makes them look cool. And today vaping has become very popular. So I don't really see why, people want to go towards cigarettes. But anyways, I can see where parents are coming from that reason. But still, I don't think that anyone under 18 should vape. Honestly, vaping has turned into a lifestyle all separately. So, I mean, originally when vaping was like starting to become popular, because vaping's been around for a while, but it's now becoming more popular, and the products to use to vape has actually become a lot more cheaper than what it used to be. So more and more people are doing it. But I feel that, what it originally intended to do is still happening today. People are using it as a gateway to exit smoking cigarettes. And then you have people that, took it into like a lifestyle form. So they go to these vape shops that have vaping competitions where they do tricks with the vape, and they create all kinds of weird things and do some real weird stunts with, vape cloud rings and stuff. And, it's become absolutely crazy. And you just have channels that are vlogging about vaping just exploding with people following them because, they have like different products to review, different flavors to try, And so people follow them for knowledge and to gain experience in the world of vaping so that they themselves can be very knowledgeable in vaping and understand what they're doing with this product. I think, yes, there are some things that I dislike about the regulation that was done on vaping by the FDA, but one of the things, making it to where you had to be, 18 and older in certain states or 21 and older in certain states to actually purchase the products, fine, And that works out great because parents that are like using vaping to make sure their kids don't get addicted to cigarettes and nicotine, it means that if a parent condones their child vaping, then the parents would have to be the one to buy the products. So if the parents have to be the one to buy the products, then the parents can actually buy the e-liquid and make sure it is 0 milligrams. Now, that's not a 100% foolproof in stopping a kid from getting e-juice that has nicotine in it, because they can always borrow some from their friend and their friend can have a bottle that has nicotine in it. So there's still ways that they can get the e-juice with nicotine, but it lessens the odds-off chances of them having that bottle of nicotine in their e-juice, with their parents being the only ones that can actually go and buy it. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just find this is weird. It's absolutely weird, just how this is starting to become a problem. And yeah, if you're under the age of 18, don't smoke. Please don't. Cigarettes is highly addicting and can really mess you up. One thing I do know that a cigarette does that I was really impacted by was how much it'll have you age. So you'll age faster than what you normally should. And today, most people don't believe I'm 35 years old when I tell them I am. So just imagine how much younger I would pass off to be if I wasn't damaging my body every day with cigarettes. I'm surprised that I don't look like I'm 49 or 50 already, even though I'm 35. But yeah, kids, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth messing up your lungs. It's not worth causing other kinds of complications to your body. You really don't understand how fragile you are until you start reaching to the point where you got to start considering your death. And then that's where you're going to wish that, you had more time in life. But for every cigarette you're smoking, you are taking off years of your life. So don't be idiots about it. Don't even do it. If you really, really want to look cool, you want to have that smoke come out of your mouth to make you look like you're some sort of smooth, suave person, talk to your parents. If your parents are cool with getting you a vape pen that, with some e-juice that has no nicotine in it, go that route. And there you go. And you won't be addicted to anything except for vaping some really awesome flavors like pina colada or blueberry or things like that. So, hey, I must say, now apparently Sprint has a deal with Cox Cable. For those who know what it is, you guys know what it is. For those who've never heard of Cox Cable, they're just a cable company like Time Warner. They have cable TV. They also have internet service packages. And now, what's this going to do for Sprint? Well, it's going to be a good partnership for one, because bundle deals are looking like they're going to be out in the future. I know people at Sprint did not know too much about this, and that's only because the deal between Sprint and Cox Cable was a silent deal that really wasn't silent because other publications were able to make it public for the world to read that they were entering a business partnership. Crazy thing is that every company is struggling to kind of launch 5G. Sprint relying on the Magic Box as its way of doing so. Now, the Magic Box hasn't been the greatest on Band 41 in certain places, but with this new business relationship deal with Cox Cable, it's really going to help out with those people who have the Magic Box. And if you have the Magic Box, then consider getting best connectivity or better connectivity than what you've had previously before. I know that, Sprint's got a long way to go to bounce back from where it was at, a very, very, very long way to go. And so with that, we'll see what happens this year, 2018. Apparently, Sprint's going to dump some more money into its network infrastructure and build out even more. I mean, Sprint's got a lot of spectrum. They have bought a lot of spectrum that they haven't even used yet, and it's about time that they started focusing on themselves and start getting that done. Stop worrying about merging with another company and use the spectrum you have and start building out your network even more. You are way, way, way behind Sprint, way behind, and you got a long way to go to catch up. So, yeah. Yeah, so besides that, let's see. What else we have here? I'm going to find something else to kind of like, well, yeah, everyone's gearing up for Google I/O 2018, but there's not really much that I want to talk about that just yet. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about YouTube. Because there's like people that's like wanting a alternative to YouTube, like something to compete against it. And YouTube has done what it's done, but let's get kind of real about YouTube. YouTube breaks even with the money it makes, so it's not really generating a high profit for itself to take in, margin wise. It's just breaking even. And that's one of the biggest issues that other competitors have had, is the fact that it costs a lot of money to add on server memory to hold more videos. You're constantly trying to build out a bigger server to hold more videos in its memory without really kind of like, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to maintain, cost a lot of money. And that is the absolute reason why competitors who take a chance to go up against YouTube do not end up working out great. Last one that we know of that was, almost really, really good. I mean, for me, it was really good. I enjoyed being a part of that, that community, and I was gaining, a following on there. I think I stopped at like 101. I know that's not really big numbers, but for someone that's an underdog on YouTube, going to another platform as an underdog over there, and then to gain 101, just like 101 or 103 subscribers I had on VidMe, I gotta say I did pretty good out there, at least for me. I'm gonna call it as I see it. Some people may disagree, and that's your total right too, but I thought I did pretty good. So I got a following, on there, and I was sad to see it go. And we're always looking for different things. Now, I know Twitch is going to start doing that. Twitch is, live streaming for gaming, and they're apparently going to now start allowing produced content to be on Twitch. So Twitch is actually kind of like, they started on the opposite end from YouTube. So YouTube started off with video productions, and then it moved into live streaming. Twitch is live streaming that's moving into video production. So there you have it. Twitch is going to, I guess, go up against YouTube. And for me, I just want another platform to be able to, to do this on. Like, there's nothing wrong with YouTube. Like, don't get me wrong. I love YouTube. I think, my stuff here is doing great. I like working on various different projects. And I think for me, like, the one video sharing platform that I miss the most that is completely gone is SocialCam. SocialCam was really good. I mean, yes, people kind of complained a lot because SocialCam on iOS had more and better features than SocialCam on Android did. Like, I think one of the things that, I thought was pretty cool at the time when I had SocialCam, and my younger brother had SocialCam, but he had an iPhone. He was able to record video for SocialCam and share it and have like some sort of background music on it. Whereas on SocialCam on Android, you didn't have that ability to have background music on your video. It was just raw video footage upload. So if you wanted music in your background, and of course you had to use a video editing app, and then after you're done editing your video, you save the edit version, the final version of that video, then you can upload it to SocialCam and then have it that way. You didn't have it like directly through the app itself. Now, SocialCam did great. It was doing really, really good. It had a lot of content on there. I think one of my favorite shows to watch on SocialCam at the time was this guy who was teaching people how to speak Thai. And, they would vlog their adventures. Him and his friend, they would vlog their adventures. They would show you like, different things like cooking, to, just they're doing a lot of good things on there. And social cam probably today would have been almost as big as YouTube. Problem with that was that people were uploading illegal content to social cam, and social cam did not have a division to actually screen videos being uploaded. So the death of social cam, really, and what happened with them. And this was actually bad because I've seen it firsthand. And for those people who had social cam, you guys will probably remember this. In its later days, before social cam shut down, they had a page that showed video ranking. So kind of like how on YouTube we have trending videos. They had a page that had like trending videos, well, how they ranked trending. And the first 100 trending videos, I kid you not, one day shocked me beyond anything, was illegal pornographic videos. And it shocked the heck out of me how these videos made it onto the site. And the people from Autodesk, because these are the guys, this is the company that bought social cam and tried to build it up to be a huge competitor to YouTube. Autodesk's response was that, we, the users, we, the consumers, had the ability to flag the videos to get Autodesk's attention so that they can go ahead and take it down. And while that is cool that, you're like, hey, you guys get to be the security to make sure that this place that you enjoy to watch videos on remains safe with, clean videos, you still need some sort of department that, screens these videos. I think that, for me, I know these videos would have gotten up on the site. I just think that, when they hit the trending page, there should have been at least someone on the trending page watching trending videos and saying, hey, this is not appropriate, delete. This is not appropriate, delete, ban account. This is not appropriate, delete, ban account. They should have had someone, at least that. I know they should have had more people screening videos to make sure before they even get onto social cam, but they should have at least had somebody watching the trending videos and making sure that they were, appropriate for kids to watch and appropriate just for anybody to watch, and not something that was so disgusting as what was on there. And that's ultimately one of the things that led to the death of social cam, was because with all these things on there, social cam becomes responsible for the things that's on its site. And, they shut down. And so every other competitor that came afterwards, their major issue was that they just didn't have the funds to maintain hosting, X amount of videos. And of course, nobody wants to open up a media content sharing website to say, yeah, come over here with your videos, upload your videos, and have to put a limitation on it. You can only have 10 videos on your channel. Unless you pay this much, then you can have an unlimited amount of storage for your videos. I mean, that makes sense to do it that way, because then it has people become, responsible of helping maintain the servers, so then that way videos can be saved. But at the end of the day, it really is hard to build a service that's going to compete against YouTube. YouTube will stay on top for a very long time. And while a lot of people are upset with this whole thing that's going on about, the demonetization, or the inability to monetize your video and make the revenue from it, if you're under 1,000 subscribers and under 4,000 watch hours. Like I said, I understand why YouTube is doing it. They want to make it to where people that are actually serious about making videos and clean videos and good videos are on YouTube making videos, and that bad actors, bad content creators, and are just not, polluting YouTube. I get it, I totally get it. I see both sides of the table, and I understand. My thing is that there are a lot of good YouTubers that I follow. And yes, I know I'm being subjective here, right? So it's really in the eye of the beholder. But I still see a lot of good YouTubers that are under 1,000 subscribers that's going to lose the ability for them to be partners to YouTube and to making any type of revenue based on videos. I know that having under 1,000 subscribers and maybe like only 15 to 20 views on a video is not enough to make a living off of, but I'm advocating for the underdogs that aren't on YouTube only for the money, that they're on here to make videos. And yes, if you are dedicated to what you're doing, then you shouldn't quit just because of this policy. You should continue to mush on. Like the homie, Wasted Elmo, is doing some sort of live streaming campaign until this new policy takes effect, where he can try to get himself 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 hours of watch time so he can continue to monetize his videos and make some sort of revenue. That's something that I think that a lot of smaller YouTubers should do. Like, I offered for smaller YouTubers to link their channel in the comments of my video to get traffic to their channel so people can watch their videos and subscribe. And I'm still for it. If you're a smaller YouTuber, do that. You can link your channel. You have my permission. It's not spam. You can link your channel in the comment section of my videos and get some traffic to go your way. I don't mind it at all whatsoever. Please do so. And even after this policy takes effect, still do so. But for those small channels, don't give up. Don't quit. Don't throw in the towel. Okay? Because if you're doing that, then you're only proving YouTube's point of doing this policy. And and making it to where you have to have like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watched hours to be able to become a YouTube partner and be monetized. You know, and yes, it's hard to get subscribers. I know. I started with 0 at one time. I know how hard it was to get it, but it was very rewarding when I got 100 subscribers. You know, it was super rewarding when I seen 500 subscribers. When I hit 1,000, I was extremely excited. And when YouTube sent me back the email saying that I qualified to be a YouTube partner and that I had to create an AdSense page just so I can get paid out for my videos, revenue for the monetization on it, you know, it was really rewarding. So for any small YouTuber, don't give up, don't quit, keep moving forward, do not stop. So that's it for this, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. I may pop on later because I'm thinking about shooting a video comparing the Samsung Galaxy J7 2015 versus the LG X Charge, and seeing, you know, which phone is not which phone is good, but just, you know, the differences between them, and to help answer any questions, you know, about these two devices compared side by side. So I'm going to work on that video, and I should have that up either today or tomorrow. And yes, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are upload schedules for the week, so you guys could be expecting videos on those days every week. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. And yes, pick a topic or discussion I should have in the next video. You can leave your suggestions in the comment section of the video, and I will look through them and pick one, and they'll be featured in the next video. And in the next video, when I feature that subject, you who suggested it will have a shout out. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you on the next one. Aloha.